Hi guys, we are doing my Pan Those Eyeshadows Project Pan update for the month of December. I have been looking forward to this update for so long, like for a couple of weeks. Like, is it time yet? Is it time yet? I really don't know why. I'm not rolling everything out, so I don't know why that is, but I just really love this project. I love that I'm getting use on shadows that I either previously hadn't used or something that has been neglected for quite a while. Maybe I haven't used it in a while. All of my rules that I have put upon myself for this project is in my description below. If you've been here, you know I'm not actually trying to hit pan. I'm not trying to hit pan on my shadows. I just want to get really good use on them. So this is the December update. Like I said, this is not the finale. There will not be a finale for this project until all of my wheels are empty. I'm just going to keep rolling. I know some people that do their Pan Those Eyeshadows, they have a beginning, they have an end. I had a beginning. We're rolling it over into the new year. If whatever color story I get at the end of this is the color story that I'm going to have in January, I'm just going to keep going. So if you want to see how I did, then stick around. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi, and I'm really happy that you're here. Okay, you guys, the palette that has been in here the longest, I mean, it's only been in here 2 months, but is the Ace Beauté Smoky Roses. And of course, I get the orange shade. That is the shade that was randomly generated. When I brought this shade in, it did have some disturbance because I had swatched it, but I had not used it. Last month, I only had 2 uses in the shadow, so it's not going to be a big difference. But this is what it looks like this month. I hope you can see that nice little divot in the middle, the little dent in the middle of that shadow. I have really enjoyed this shade a lot more than what I thought. In November, I did a lot of neutral looks, and that is what that shadow looks like. I did a lot of neutral looks, and this was a really nice, and this was a very complimentary color for the looks that I did. You guys, I don't know why I never have a wipeout when I start this. I know I'm swatching. Duh. Okay, the second palette that was in it was just brought in last month, is the Lush Life palette. The shade that was randomly chosen is the shade Monsoon, which was so funny because I had been complaining about the neutral color stories that I had been having, and I was like, watch me get all blue. Guess what? I got mostly blue. So this is the shade Monsoon. You guys, I have only used this shade twice, so it's not going to have a difference in the before and after. But this is what the shade looks like. It is a very pigmented blue. First single that I'm going to show you is the shade Dark Waters. It is by Looksy. This one has been in since September because I had not used it. So when I brought it in, it was virtually untouched. Maybe it had been swatched. Now, I have only used this shade twice. However, these are very soft shades, so you can see a little bit of disturbance in those 2 uses. I love this shade. This shade is so pretty. I'm just not one for blue looks very often. It's a little much for me. But I do love the looks that I created, and I'm really happy that I used it. And this is what that looks like. How beautiful is that? It's such a pretty shade. Next up is the shade Phantom, also by Looksy. And this is a beautiful shade, and this is very versatile. I wore this with blues and I wore this with purples, and it went beautifully with all of them. This is what the shade looked like when I brought it in. I had used it prior to bringing it in, but I think only once or twice. But again, like I said, these are very soft shimmers. So, and I'm not exactly gentle when I go in there. So this is what it looks like now. Hopefully you can see there's a lot more disturbance in here. You guys, this shade, it has a blue to purple flip. And that is what that looks like. It is so pretty. And like I said, I used it with purple shades and I used it in purple looks and I used it in blue looks. And it was so pretty. So pretty. And lastly, I always bring in a ColourPop Super Shock because I want to get use on my Super Shocks. And this is the shade Tassel. It is an icy white shade. I had used it 7 times up to that last update. So I have used it the 3 more times, and this is what it looks like now. And hopefully you could see the very nice dip in there. Quite a dent, and that makes me happy. And yes, this is such a pretty shade. Such a pretty shade. It is just a very icy white. This was inner corner on everything I did, inner corner, to get some use out of it. And you know what? I just flattened it out. I'm glad I took the video before. So this was our color story for this past month since the last update. And I was really intimidated by it, but I'm really happy with it because it's just things that it's pushing me outside my comfort zone. So this shade right here is rolling out, this palette rolling out. And we are picking another Super Shock this month because I got my 10 uses on that. I'm really thirsty today. Really thirsty. Okay, I have all of my palettes in my wheel. Now on my singles and my Super Shocks, I always remove whichever one is chosen. I don't do that with my palettes because it's okay to pick the same palette again as long as it's picking a different shade. So let's see what is chosen. ColourPop Main Squeeze. That is another palette that I have never used. Okay. So now I'm bringing up my Super Shocks. I will go grab that palette when we pick our Super Shock. I'll grab the palette and the Super Shock, and then we'll do a random number generator to see what shade is being used. Okay, here are my Super Shocks. And let's see what is chosen. Party of 5. Party of 5. Have I used that? I don't know. Okay, remove. Okay, I'm going to go choose those items and I will be right back. Okay, that took forever. I overlooked it like 3 times. So this is Party of 5. This is the Super Shock. Party of 5. It's very pretty. I'm going to put it down at the bottom. That is what it looks like. That would have looked really good with that. But Main Squeeze is a warm reddish orange palette, so we'll see. This is what the palette looks like. I have never used it, you guys. I've never used it. Well, any of those is going to look really good with that. So that's good. All right, let's bring up my random number generator. Pretty random. And we're going to put in 1 through 9. And we're going to see what shade. Shade 8. It's a shimmer. It's going to be the shade right here called Baywatch. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these and come back. Oh, that's pretty. And come back and show you the color story. Okay, you guys, here is our new color story. It looks very similar to the old color story, obviously, because these shades are the same. But we do have another orange. Got rid of an orange. We picked up an orange. And we picked up another orange. So at least these two will look good together, even though they're both shimmers, which means I'm going to have some more neutral looks in my future. Plus, okay, so predictions. These two are probably going to roll out next time. These two, I'm going to make sure roll out next time. We might have this one left, but this can be used with other things besides blue. And this can be used with blue and purple. I do love to do purple looks. So that's my predictions for January, is these 4 are going to be rolled out. Because I have a feeling that when I use this one, I'm going to use this one. And that will be no problem to use. And then I will make it a point to use this one. Get this one the heck out of here so we can get a new color story for January. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today for my Pan Those Eyeshadows Project Pan. Let me know what you think of what is it with me and repeating color stories, you guys? What is it? I don't even know. Let me know what you think. I really appreciate you guys being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.